The new Apple TV series, Presumed Innocent, is out. What a great series so far this is. 2 episodes have dropped. They will be airing Wednesdays. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Ruth Negga, Bill Camp. The cast is so stacked. Elizabeth Marvel is in this. Peter Sarsgaard is in this. Lily Rabb is in this. It's so well done. And of course it is, because the series writing credits are David E. Kelley. And David E. Kelley, I see as the one of the best TV writers of our time. Of course, I was all for this, all for watching this. Produced by J.J. Abrams. Jake Gyllenhaal also produces it. David E. Kelley. I'm hooked. So I'm going to do 2 separate videos because both episodes dropped. So this is for episode 1. We get introduced to Rusty Sabich, who is played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who is the state deputy prosecutor. He's a family man. He's part of a group of prosecutors in an office, in the state office. So he has this affair with his colleague, played by Renate Reinsve. I hope I'm saying her name right. She, in the beginning of the episode, we see that she is found dead. We get a glimpse of Rusty and his relationship with his wife, played by Ruth Negga, Barbara. There's something going on underneath, because he gets a call and he finds out that she was found dead. So he pulls her off to the side and tells her what happened. And you can tell there's something there. If you're into these crime, drama, mystery, then this is a really great series so far. I'm a big fan of crime drama, so I'm really digging this show so far. Rusty gets put on the case, get introduced to Bill Camp's character, Raymond, he's running for to keep the office of state attorney. And then you have Della Guardia, who is running against him for state attorney, who's played by OT, and Tommy, who is part of the office with the prosecutors, played by Peter. This first episode is jam-packed with just a lot of things. This is what we know. We know that Caroline was murdered, and the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. The wife tells him that she's going to try to be there for him, but that she wouldn't go to the memorial. So that's another hint of, okay, does she know about the affair? We find out that later on in the episode, we also find out that Caroline, who she is. So we get these flashbacks, and we get it kind of like a good understanding who this woman is, how obsessed she is with work, so much so that she pretty much compartmentalized her life with her colleagues. No one in that office. Well, first of all, just so you know, Caroline is number 2. So Rusty is number 1 and Caroline is number 2. She's an unflinching prosecutor. So she has this affair with Rusty. She was divorced 9 years ago. Her life was her work. He didn't know that she had a child. His name is Michael. It's her son. So many things happen in episode 1. I can't even. It was insane. Rusty gets put on the case as prosecutor, and he instantly thinks it's a revenge killing. She's a prosecutor, so she's prosecuted a lot of cases. We get a glimpse of her doing her thing in the courtroom. I believe it was Tommy going through some old video files of cases, and we see a case that is similar to how she dies. So there might be a connection there. It's similar MO. Not everything is exact, but it's very similar. So Rusty, he is friends with a detective, Rigo. Rusty is very visibly distraught and affected by the murder. So this old case comes up, and it's a case that Carolyn prosecuted. We see that wife knows that they were involved. Kids did not, Jaden and Kyle. We see Rusty seeing a therapist, Dr. Liz, played by Lily Rabb. And we see in that scene a lot of flashbacks of their relationship. And De La Guardia, the one running for state attorney, in the episode, he wins the race. So now Tommy is now chief prosecutor now. Dusty still has his job, just not as chief. Raymond Gorman loses, and so he steps down. He resigns immediately. The stage is getting set in this episode. It's a brilliant episode. Wife is desperate to preserve the family, and she still loves Rusty. She asks him to stop loving her, a dead woman. She asks him to stop loving a dead woman because she can see that he does still love her. By the end of this episode, not only do we find out that she was pregnant, that Carolyn was pregnant, we find out that Rusty resumed the affair most recently, and it's suspected that he's the father. He finds out that she was pregnant. He didn't know. Raymond, Tommy, and Della are all in an office with Rusty, and they find Prince. They ask him if he was romantically involved. They tell him that she was pregnant. I just think this is going to be a really great series. This first episode is a great start to the series. There's a lot of details that and a lot of characters that get introduced to us. They're all really great. Ruth Negga plays Barbara, Rusty's wife. She's just so good in her scenes. And Jake, I like him in this. I really do. Like, I think he plays this character Rusty really well. It's interesting that his parents had an affair and that he swore to himself that he would never do that. And here he is in this position, in this place in life with 2 kids, a wife, having an affair with a colleague who ends up murdered and pregnant, possibly with his child. So that was the first episode, guys. Like, just a lot going on. People losing their jobs, on leave, resigning, the changing over of guards, to so to speak. And that was the first episode. So episode 2, I have a breakdown of that and a review of that in the next episode. So check it out.